Well, according to the
Sounds
latest
great.
available data from the Meat and Livestock Australia, Australia exported $5.7 billion worth of red meat to the United States last year. That's some of the data there. The US is our biggest customer ahead of Japan, Korea and China. And, as we just spoke about, it's America's biggest companies and food chains that are some of the main buyers of our meat. And that includes McDonald's, Burger King, Chipotle and Carver, as well as Costco as well. So joining us live now, the Nationals Farmers Federation President, David Jochinke. David, good to see you. First of all, let's start off with your reaction to this announcement today.
Obviously, we're disappointed to be caught up in any trade war, especially when we're a trusted, reliable source of product that not only does the US seek out, but also because we've had the strong trading relationship over the last 20 years. So ultimately, there's going to be pain in Australian agriculture. And as we heard called out, not only is it going to be our beef, it's going to be our sheep meat and our wine that will be affected by any tariffs that are placed on any imports going into the US.
From another argument, so if our beef isn't going to the United States now, does it stay here and then in turn make it cheaper for our consumers?
Well, once again, it's unclear if there's a complete ban on our beef or if it's just the 10% tariff. There was a bit of banter in the conversation around we don't take US beef and therefore they shouldn't take ours. Now, it's a bit unclear of what that means. But when you break it down, the reason why we have high biosecurity levels, which is a non-negotiable for us to either weaken or water down, it's because we want to protect Australian farmers. We want to make sure that we're protecting our herd from any pests or diseases that can potentially come in and hurt us, and also our consumers. So we are working on protocols, especially around potentially treating the meat to allow it to come in. But this is a process that takes time. It's a process that needs to have its checks and balances in place. So it's not a hard and set know that our beef will now stay within Australia.
Yeah, so
obviously we're going to look for markets as well.
A couple of points there I want to bring you up on. So that, and folks, if you just joined us, we're waiting to see and hear from the Prime Minister. That's the screen at the bottom of your screen. We'll take that as soon as we see it. But David, so that's a non-starter for you. The Americans and the lobby groups over there argue that, you know, it's time that Australia starts taking American beef. But you say that's a non-starter. Is that something that you would at least revisit when it comes to biosecurity laws?
Make it very clear that our biosecurity laws, our biosecurity policy is not up for negotiation.
Okay.
If you can fit in with our biosecurity protocols, then that's a different conversation.
Okay.
And that's where we would like people to work with us.
David, we'll have to leave it there. Appreciate your time, though. Thanks for your response.